By August 1792, the French aristocracy, fleeing for their lives, had scattered far and wide. One hot afternoon of the same year, Mr. Lorry sat at his desk, and Charles Darnay stood leaning on it, talking with him in a low voice. So that year, the revolution, it started in 1789. So by the August 1790, to the French aristocracy, the people, those who were belonging to the royal class, they were starting moving for their lives. They scattered here far and wide. One hot afternoon the same year, Mr. Lorry, who was sitting at his desk, and Charles Darnay stood leaning on it. They were talking in a very low voice over there. I have to go to Paris, Charles. These words are spoken by Mr. Lorry to Charles. Charles was deeply concerned. He was thinking about that because he was deeply concerned with the Paris. But to travel to France now, the weather is terrible, the journey long, the mean of traveling uncertain, the country disorganized, and the city is not safe. So these words are spoken by Charles. He was telling here about the condition of the France, how the people they have become bloodthirsty, how the aristocracies they are killed. So that's why what he said, the weather is terrible, the journey long, and it's quite long journey, and means of traveling are also not available at that time. City condition, it's not safe over there. My dear Charles, I must go. Who is going to bother an old man like me? Okay, so here he told that I must go over there. No one is going to bother about this man, Mr. Lorry. As to the disorganization, that is precisely why Tellson's need to send someone like me. So the condition that is disorganized, so that's why Telson Bank, they need some person like me who could make a control over there. I know Paris well and speak the language. Our customers are depending on us. As to the uncertain traveling, I am prepared to go through a few inconveniences for the sake of Telson. So he told here that for the sake of Tellson's Bank, I must go there, though there are some inconveniences. Are you leaving tonight then? Charles asked if whether he is leaving tonight. I am, and I intend to take Jerry with me. He has been my bodyguard on Sunday night for so many years. So Mr. Lorry, he told Charles Darnay that he would take Jerry Cruncher. Jerry Cruncher, he is a messenger, and he had this intention to take Jerry Cruncher with him as a bodyguard. Nobody in France will suspect him to be anything more than an English bulldog looking after his master. So he is a mere servant here, and nobody is going to harm him over there. I must tell you that I admire your gallantry and youthfulness, Mr. Lorry. Who speak these words? Charles. Okay, Charles. He spoke these words to Mr. Lorry that I must tell that you are quite brave and youthfulness. You have this courage to face all this, Mr. Lorry. Nonsense, perhaps when I return, I will accept Tellson's proposal to retire and live rest of my life at ease. So what he told that when I'll return from France, I'll tell the Tellson Bank, I'll give the proposal for my retirement, and I want to live my last life comfortably. Just then, a bank representative brought a letter and laid it on Mr. Lorry's desk. When they both were talking, bank representative came there, and he had kept the letter on Mr. Lorry's desk. Have you discovered any traces of this person, Mr. Lorry? And what he inquired, the letter of the person for whom that letter was there, if he has any traces of that person. Charles saw that it was addressed to him, and when Charles saw that letter, he quickly understood that that letter was for him only. The Marquis of Saint Evremond. No one except Dr. Manette knew that this was his real name. Actually, Charles Darnay, he told his name as Charles Darnay, and actually he was the nephew of Marquis of Saint Evremond. So this secret was only known to Dr. Manette, that he was from the generation of Saint Evremond. He had made Charles promise on the morning of his wedding not to reveal it to anyone. Dr. Manette, he promised with Charles that he would never reveal his secret about Saint Evremond, Marquess of Saint Evremond, to anyone. And Dr. Manette also came to know about his real name on the day of their marriage with on the day of his marriage with Lucy. Mr. Lorry looked at the recipient name on the letter. No, I have asked everyone here, and no one can tell me where this gentleman is to be found. So Mr. Lorry told that he searched for that man everywhere, but he could not get the address of that man. Mr. Lorry noticed that the several French gentlemen were at Tellson's on business. He got up and approached them to inquire about the mysterious Marquess. No one seemed able to shed any light through. So Mr. Lorry, he confirmed, he asked from everyone, but no one could give a satisfactory answer. At that moment, Mr. Stewart, who happened to be accompanying French customer, saw the letter and to whom it was addressed. So at that time, when Mr. Lorry was making inquiry, so Mr. Stewart also accompanied the French customer, and he saw the letter to whom it was addressed. Isn't it that the nephew of that Marquess who was murdered? So he asked the French customer that whether this letter is there for the nephew of that Marquess who was murdered. Apparently the fellow just got up and left all his property to the mob. Very irresponsible. For that, Mr. Stewart, what comment he gave? The fellow means the nephew, just got up, he left the property for the mob over there, and very irresponsible kind of person, the nephew of Marquesses. They say he disagreed with the Marquess and sympathized with the people. Terrible fellow. And the people, they were saying he broke all the relation with the family, and he had a great sympathy for the poor people over there. Terrible fellow. Charles decided he had to speak. I know the fellow. So Charles, at that time, he was making up his mind that he would tell that he knew the person. Stewart looked at him in surprise. Do you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. I could not listen clearly. Whether you know that person? Why, Mr. Darnay? Do you need to ask why? But I do ask why, because he has given it to the peasants. That's why. So why he was inquiring? Because he has given all his property to the poor peasants. That's why he was inquiring over there. Careful not to reveal his secret, but greatly distressed, Charles ended the discussion quickly. So he was very careful that his secret, that he belonged to the family of Marquesses, should not reveal. He quickly ended the discussion over there. I think you may not understand the fellow, Mr. Stewart. Mr. Lorry asked Charles if he could deliver the letter to the man in question, as he himself would not have time before he left. Charles agreed and took the letter over there. So Mr. Lorry told him to deliver the letter to the man in question, whose letter was this, as he himself would not have the time because he was also leaving for Paris that night only. Charles agreed and took the letter. As soon as he had left the bank, he tore the letter open and read it. It read as follow. So he took the letter and started reading the letter over there. So what is written there in the letter?